Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on this fine day, it is time for another line battle. And already, as you can see, the two-dimensional bird is out, observing all. And it is the Austrians, those nasty ostriches, versus the United Kingdom forces. 195, so it's pretty even tonight. You have on the side of the Austrians the 77Y, the 34th, and that's about it. And we also have on the United Kingdom side, you have the 75th, the 15th Hussars, the 95th Rifles, and yeah, that's about it as well. Holy crap. There's a lot of people in here today. So, here is the 77Y light sections. Oh dear. Line 3 for 77Y is in trouble. So, Malekith giving the slap, so to speak. So, he's calling them all words. And oh dear, look what's happened. The Jaegers have... Okay. So it looks like they're going to change the class and then reset, otherwise it's going to be terrible. And probably very confusing, so it's Corporal Riki. Mal gets team... Oh no, that's Gaz. That's Gaz gets team killed. So, I wonder where Malekith is today. He's not in as the commander. So, we'll have to start that again. Anyway. So, here we are. Back at round 1. This is... Oh, look. We got two-dimensional birds. Mr. and Mrs. Two-dimensional bird are out, as you can see, on this lovely day. And we now move down and take a look at Dragoons. Moving out the 15th Hussars. The fine red jacket troopers. Fate Weaver from the 75th. And 15th Hussars there. Look at all these fine fellows. Ah, the Black Watch. The mighty Black Watch, of course. Well, completely. 75th Lieutenant Lime, or Lieutenant Lime, I should say. And over on the right here, we have Colour Sergeant Death, who looks a little death-like, and O Cadet Acid. Ah, the Angry Piper, 95th Angry Piper. So, you can see him leading the Riflemen's, the 95th Rifles, into the battle, and over on the other side, Cornet Stark from the 75th. So, dear. So it looks like we might be doing a server restart because of various issues, etc, etc. So there's Colonel Archer, head of the 15th Hussars. And over here. Okay. Ah, a little bit of commanding officer goodness going on here. There's Lieutenant Gaz. Now, who are these? Scotty on fire, who seems to be somewhat not on fire today. Oh, mass surrender. Oh no, they're doing the calisthenics because it's important to remain fit on the battlefield, as you can see. Get back in line, soldier. And there we go. Colonel Super kills Lieutenant Gaz. Oh dear. Oh look. There's trouble afoot. As Austrians are taking on the Brits. Oh, perhaps not that one anymore. So, poor old Cadet Bum, or Recruit Bum Eyes. Great name, by the way, Mr. Bum. Mr. B Eyes. And there, of course, is... They're sorting out a reboot of the server, so... There's Rigi. And there's Solitosis and Snarfe. Mr. Rubber. Nelly X, Roberto, Flea Circus, Light Saunders. And Abercrombie at the rear. And there's Andre. Legends, Mad Andy, Cadet White Knight, Johnny KM. And Cadet Jarwasus. So, I don't know if there's actually going to be a reboot or not, so we shall continue assuming there is not yet, anyway. As Auriculus takes down multiple members, a couple of recruits and cadets there. As now we fly past the Austrian lines, making their way over. Let's see if we can find out. Ah! Cadet Chadtopia has returned. Excellent. Johnny 89, Semple, Benedict, Cubez, Slavic, Kaja, Bravehead, Grenadier October, who obviously went clutch last time we saw him playing, and Polska 77. What's the odds that he's from Poland? Ah, it is the grey-haired Captain Scruff. So, there's Johnny K. Oh, Flea Circus just up ahead there. Look at that. Cannon fire coming into Flea Circus and Roberto. So you can see the cannons that came barreling in over the top as Riki gets shot by the guards defending the artillery. And here is Invite Rolly Rolly. Maybe going for a cannonball fire. No, he didn't get any joy there. And in comes the charging Austrians. And there's a little bit of horse assassination going on there. And the guards and gunners decide to cheese it in the opposite direction. So, unfortunately, one of the only victims of that was young Mr. Rubber. And here is Poet. And you can see Scotty on fire, taken down by Cadet White Knight. There's Scotty. He is no more. Chris Nogle. Oh, Tiger Jelly is then taken out. And Jarl of Swag in there as well. And Private Fisting Fireman. Yeah. So, who's this? This is, it appears to be an engineer with Bombardier Stabby hiding behind him. There's Marksman's Sword. In's an engineer. And you've obviously got this line here, who are the gunners. Or the, yep, there we go, Invitational Rolly in there as well. And up comes another line of the 75th. Oh heavens, look at this. The Austrians, Cadet White Knight and friends. The likes of X2 Legends. Oh, Mad Andy gets murdered. So, let's see, there we go. He's doing a good job against Addy and Grandpa. There we go, nice kill by X2. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to follow it up with the second one. So, Recruit Bambi is in there. Obviously, still suffering from the loss of his mother. Chris Nogle. Oh, and a reply, taking down Invitational Merc Waster. So let's see if we can find out what the rest of the teams are doing. So here are the Invitational, here are the rifles anyway. Spread out along this hill. A very loose formation, as is the norm. Trying to see if they can get any picks on important members. Now, obviously, this guy here... Oh, the Great Tit is taken down. The Great Tit is no more. And there's Cadet Semple also being killed as well. So, now here's Gunner Auriculus. There's Mr. Turtle. There's Dropkick. And there, of course, is the mass murderer, Mr. Doomfinger. Now, who's over there? There's a Dirty Morph. Looking very normal. And there's Strelane. Now, who's in here? Guybrush. And Dusel. Building the Fort O defensiveness. And Ultimate Me in to guard. Along with Rastafari. And multiple friends. Lortano. There's Strelane and Slayer Boy. And Midgard are in there also to support. So Geraldem working together with them. And there, of course, Charlie the Turtle doing the fine loading work. And Malekith, unfortunately. Snuffing it. So, unfortunately, we will not be able to focus in on where Malekith is. As he has captured a bullet somewhere. Out in the field. Kind of the norm, really, where Malekith is concerned. Oh well. So, let's see. Let's follow the line, see if we can go up high, find out what's going on. So here are the Jaegers. The fine skirmishers, there's Sergeant Avior. And Captain Scruff is still there in command. So, Corporal Ryan in the basic line runs past them. And now you can see them moving, possibly to connect up with this other section of the line maybe. I don't know. Looks like they're sticking around with the skirmishers. Now, this is going to be interesting because here come the 95th Rifles across the field. And you can see Ron Burgundy being taken down. Yep, to hell with you, San Diego. Oh, Reginald taken down with a long-distance rifle shot by Scruff. And Dropkick JXY taken down by Rolly Wally. With a lovely cannonball. So there's Rigger in there as well. And Cadet Harper dodging left and right. Stabby taking down Auriculus. And of course, the Crispy Bacon. Mr. Crispy Bacon. Great name, by the way. So, let us just wait and see. As you can see now, these guys engaging the Jaegers on the hill. Now they've also got a small line there supporting them. So, Corporal Ryan working together with a selection of his lads. There's Slavic and a few PFCs in there as well. So they're making their way out. And again, another headshot. Long distance headshot from Scruff. Fantastic shot there. And now these guys have been severely removed of numbers. And are having to try and stay away from the enemy. And here's Ultimate Me trying to return fire. And here is the line and artillery section of the United Kingdom forces. Complete with an engineer. Marksman sword, currently. I can't say I've actually heard of a lot of engineers that go, ha! Every time they, you know, make a dig. But, you know, maybe they're overcome with the fervour of the moment. I could be wrong. So, it looks like there's a lot of fun going on over here. Yep. It looks like skirmishers with bayonets, which is always a dangerous combination. Banjo Lord has just been taken down, and there is a stabbing from punishment. Taking down Ramsey. So now these guys waiting to take on the enemy. Still a rifle holder in there. And so we are following Captain Scruff. And there we go. Kildaith gets shot in the back. And out comes the rifle butt. Oh, and Rastafari kills Guybrush with a nice headshot. Out comes the rifle butt. It's rifle butt goodness going on from Scruff. And there we go. Feel the power of Scruff's butt. So, we now wait. 99th, 16 versus 8. Lortano still remaining alive. Firing towards what is probably all that remains of the English contingent. You can see the cannonball that just came bouncing here from the Austrian artillery. So they've definitely got the direction right. And now you can see this screaming engineer, Mr. Sword, rebuilding the barricades to stop those cannonballs. Yeah, there we go. That, boys and girls, is why you never run in front of a loaded cannon. Silly boy. I don't know why these guys are complaining about ping. I used to play Tribes 1 in competition on the 56k modem with 150 ping. Ugh. Dear oh dear, people are so spoiled. So, Bombardier Stabby, and now we're waiting for the enemy to turn up and attack the English. This fine fellow, Mr. Roly Poly. Or Rolly Rolly, sorry. And now you can see Charlie the Turtle moving out. But then that's a fair point. There is 200 people on this server, generally. And that's a lot of effort. Plus the issues relating to the servers that Mal has already dealt with before. So we shall wait and see what happens. Here's Canny Miller in as a there you go. So now you can see them, the Jaegers splitting their forces, keeping it loose, moving up towards the control point. Control point, Jesus Christ, it's not TF2. Moving. Oh, Canny Miller there catching that cannonball, so he wasn't in as loose a formation as he would have liked. So now they're moving up towards the artillery section. Of course, Sword. Ow. Okay, there we go. Colour Sergeant Death living up to his name. And now, fire coming in from the skirmishers. Punishment gets taken down by Rolly Rolly. And now the skirmishers are going to have an interesting time of it. English Hitman taken down by Rolly Rolly. Tommy Lee. The trouble is these guys have rifle butts. They don't really have the bayonets that you would need. There we go. Hammer Stout also then taken down. Sword finally finished off by Marksman Ranger. And now you can see Marksman Ranger having to deal with some nasty, nasty goings on. There's Scruff in there, but he's got the bayonet on the front of a musket. So this time he can actually do some damage. He's got the reach that he requires. Oh, look at that. Beautiful stab. Marks Ranger dies. Last man standing is Captain Scruff, the leader of the skirmishers. And so he is doing a little bit of melee fun. So there we go, takes down Rolly. And Scruff, look at this, Scruff is 10-0. And now he's 10-1. Sorry, Scruff. Sorry, mate. Oh well. So, 9 versus 1. This is the last guy. Regimental Sergeant Russar. Or Ruzar. And now he picks up a rifle. And he's now dodging what is essentially a bunch of Austrians. Here we go. So, oh, he gets into the defensive and he gets a stab already. Look, they're all attacking him from multiple directions. And he goes in for a quick stab. And the axe from Gerald M finishes off the back of his legs. And we shall move on to the next round, possibly after a server restart. We'll be right back. And so we move on to the next round. As the English forces run through this grassy field. Well, some of them do. And as you can see, I think the pings are starting to settle down. Not looking too bad. It's about the same for everyone. It's 100, 103, that kind of thing. So, we shall just have to wait and see if it settles down completely. So, the artillery section of the United Kingdom. As you can see, with Marksman Frederick in there. And Ruzar from the last round. And of course, Rolly. And the screaming engineer in the background. Now, this looks like a very badly parked horse. Possibly AFK. Colonel Archer, currently hiding behind a tree, while the remainder of the enemy go searching. And there's Chris P. Bacon, who appears to have gone off for a whiz, so to speak, as we fly past Mr. Two-Dimensional Bird and check up high to find out what the English forces are doing. So you can see them here, hiding their numbers, waiting as the riflemen push forward, with the commanding officer practicing his sword swipes. Hurrah! The 95th Rifles continue to move forward, and Auriculus catches a cannonball. And so, the 95th Rifles moving up as a line, being very careful about it, because over the other side of the hill is a large amount of Austrians. There is Corporal Ryan and Captain Perry. There's Cadet Semple, Brothers 7, Polska. Who else is in here? There you go, PFC Patton. And over here you have Invader Zim, at Horner, Migu, Amazing, the Great Tit, of course. Cadet Rhino, Exodus, and Digbick. PFC Digbick. Okay. That's not waiting to be mispronounced at all. So, let's see. Here are the lights. Slothfather, 34th, with a nice line skirmish here. So RSM Bob. And now we wait as we move over to see Ultimate Me having fun with the horse, which is probably not what we should be focusing on. Here's Dirty Morth doing his artillery dance. And there's Thomas, who seems to have commandeered a cannon, or a cannon train, I should say. There's Mr. Turtle and of course Lortano working together. So let's see if we can find out what's going on. As there's Polska in waiting. Okay. So let's see if we can find out where. Aha. Here we go. Sergeant Andre. In with a line. Fine line of people. The mighty Coconut. Mad Andy. Oko. White Knight. Rye. Killer Boss 89. Johnny KM. Nate. Crazy Fish. And Jarwasus at the end. Over on the other side we have another section. Snarfy. Abercrampy. This appears to be the light section. Scott Shroom in there as well. And Gunner Sticky Rubber. So, not noticing a Malekith in here. Or at least not yet. So we've got to find out what he's up to, because now I'm curious. He's definitely up to something. If he's not sitting on the commander's horse, he's doing something.
Auf geht's, Kameraden! Für den Kaiser! Hurra! Hurra!
As you can see, all these guys getting a bit antsy. Waiting for the off. Oh, look at that. The 15th Hussars have just taken out Malekith. Oh, dear. There we go. Oh, it looks like that Malekith was actually in as one of the skirmishers today. Which is interesting. Oh, I suppose I'd Hammerstout taken out. And now the skirmishers. Yeah, Gamer's taken out. Scruff's taken out. Abercrampy also in trouble. And there goes Punishment. So that is the skirmisher line. As Textilium also down. Unfortunately, the line infantry then arrives a few minutes too late. As pretty much most of their friends have been murdered. And Scott Shroom decides to punctuate the point by murdering Nox. Oh, there goes Sticky Rubber as well. Nelly X unfortunately down as well. And the light's doing a... Oh, God, there's a number being done by the 15th Hussars. All over the 77Y, and Lieutenant Gaz is taken out as well. So the 15th Hussars with a fantastic run, taking out the skirmishers. That's going to hurt the 77Y, as those guys are a big part of their plan. And now they're taking out a line of cadets. Oh my God, they're on a rampage. Look at this entire line of cadets. Oh, look at that, nice kill. Oh, and poor old Tiger Jelly got taken out. So two of those guys have lost their horses. And now let's look at the numbers. 55 versus 76. Now the United Kingdom have the advantage, thanks to a couple of very, very nice engagements from the cavalry of the United Kingdom. The 15th Hussars doing a fantastic job there. As you can see. Recruit Sparrow and friends. And Towel. So now we should just have to wait and see whether or not the 77Y and the 34th can recover from this, as the advantage is now with the 75th. So and here is their commanding officer. And there looks to be some Brulans. Now, their commanding officer's going to have to be very careful, because they're hunting wabbits. No, they're not really. But they will be looking for an opportunity to take down a commanding officer. The 75th Cadets. Look at all these fine fellows. Oh. Private Addy. Fuzzy Felt. Ah, that brings back a lot of memories. Fuzzy Felt. For those of you who don't know what it is, look it up. Coronet Stark. It's Colonel Archers from the 15th. Is taken out by Captain Slothfather from the 34th. So, nice shot there. And now let's see what's going on as it's back again with the 15th Hussars taking down multiple members of the 34th. You can see them working together. There's Recruit Sparrow finally taken down with his horse. Horse is no more. Recruit Sparrow also taken out as well. And now you can see the Hussars putting a lot of pressure onto that section of the 34th right in the centre. Captain Perry taken out with a sword slice. And now you can see these guys running to try and defend themselves. Major Artemis from the 34th. Hadrian, the Slothfather. Thorkey. Treflex. And there's Mazing, one of the recent... What's the word I'm looking for? Lancers. There we go. Just could not think of the bloody word for a second there. And now, up on the far hill, Grenadier October is taken out as a line of Austrians make a charge into the line of Brits. Corporal Ryan helping to lead the charge. Oh, look at that. Fireman taking somebody out. Recruit Bambi has gone to join his mother. And the fireman will not be fisted anymore. So there we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, I thought he got him. Thought he got him. And Kajir with a nice team kill. Whoops-a-daisy. And Thomas with a team kill onto Midgarder. Oh, what is going on? It's a train wreck. If there were trains in this period. Which I don't think there were. But never mind. Anyway, either way, it is the equivalent of a train wreck. Because everybody's being team killed left, right and centre. So, there's Cubez, stabbed to death by Addy. And there is a commanding officer for the Brits. With this small line here of Austrians turning to fight. Possibly. Turning to fight. And turning back. And turning to fight. And charging in. So, you can now see the 34th going bananas on the enemy over here. The 75th, Corporal Nathan, Colonel Super taken out as well. Oh dear, Corporal Ryan taken out. And now Brothers deciding to cheese it in the opposite direction. Along with Cadet Polska. Cadet Polska taken out as he runs for it. And Brothers finally shot down by Natnov. So, 29 versus 46. So Ponaralu in there with another member of the Lancers, Cadet Exodus. Oh, look at that. Nice kill by Ponaralu. And an equally nice kill there by the 75th into Exodus and Ponaralu. So the 34th there being cut down. And now we're watching the 75th. These fine fellows with Mr. Scotty on fire, Lieutenant of choice. And let's see if we can find the 23 Austrians remaining. Well, this is probably where a lot of them are. Defending the artillery area. And over here, you have got the 34th, now recently returned to the artillery area. Chosen man taken down by Venator. Now they're in a position to push back against the riflemen. Have to wait and see, as we're now looking at Kilidath and also Pollock and the remaining parts of the 95th Rifles. Oh no, Trooper Fluffles taken down. He has been defluffled. Poor lad. And we're now looking at Angry Piper, erstwhile of the 95th, making his way away from the enemy due to the threat that they are currently presenting to him and his regiment. Already lost quite a few members, so it's just a matter of Getting back to a central location, and admin slay me, I'm lost, says Mazing. So, yeah, that's... oh dear, funny stuff. So here is what remains of the 95th Rifles, along with 2 stragglers. They look to be doing a large circling manoeuvre, possibly to circle back onto the enemy. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out for them. But that's what we're essentially watching at the moment. Oh, Charlie the Turtle. Oh, if you like turtles, that will be a painful shot to see. Poor Charles. Oh dear. And poor Lotano. Sir Spill in from the 15th. How did he get in there? And now he has returned as Dirty Morth is taken down. As you can see, the late Dirty Morth there. As we are now looking at the artillery defensive fort. So quite a nice almost horseshoe shaped defensive fort, I have to say. But I can't help but notice that Doomfinger is on the outside of it. Which, needless to say, is less than beneficial. But, oh, there's somebody lying down on the job. And indeed is he. So that was fantastic, Mr. Jake. And Sheetsy also out. Slayer Boy also. So let's see. Doomfinger is still alive. Slothfather. Multiple members of the 34th. And 28 members of the United Kingdom forces. There we go. Close range fire into Killidath. And now you can see Slothfather attempting to defend himself as his teammate is killed. Top Hat Penguin. Great name, by the way. So now, unfortunately, Invader Zim taken out as well. So you can see... Oh, nice turn and stab there by the Slothfather. Doing his best to try and defend himself from a small army of English people. Oh, there's a quick stab into Sloth. So he's been damaged, and a final stab in from Ramsey from another direction. At the same time as Miller then kills Rolly Rolly. Oh dear. So now we're looking at Recruit Leonidas for the 95th Rifles. And there's Rostafari in there. Or Rostafari, yeah, I don't know. So now Roster is going in. One of the few Austrians remaining. And now he's going after nobody whatsoever because he gets shot by Powder Puff. So Powder Puff has finished him off. Who is that last man standing behind the tree? Can we lock in on him? Yes, we can. It's a artilleryman. It's Doomfinger. He's in there fingering the Doom. And now trying to defend himself against an entire British army. Unfortunately, got well and truly fingered. So, Doom is down. And that is a round on the board for the Austrians as we move on to the next round. And so we return with the third round. As we zoom out of the map. And away from the English spawn. To find out the movement of the various teams and regimental sections. So we're up flying high in the sky, and you can see sections of the Austrian army making their way out. You can see commanding officers scouting the area down in the middle there. He's got to be careful. He's going to run into a line of Brits pretty soon. So now you can see him moving over to the left side to sniff out the enemy. As the Austrian line snaking back and forth towards the front line. So, let's see. Moving over to their right flank. And also now moving over to their left flank are three sections I should say, of Austrian troops. As Doomfinger manages to catch Cadet Andy with a cannonball, one of the first kills of the round. Always nice to see Doomfinger's artillery. Oh, and there we go, Rolly returning the favour into Auriculus. And now we wait. As you can see, the 34th, the two commanding officers having a battle. Super and Gaz. Now, let's go see if we can find ourselves a Malekith. There's Lieutenant Gamer. Marksman Ranger. Great sword. Artemis taken down. There's our boy. In as a Jaeger. Varying up the footage. This is what you see from a skirmisher's point of view. And he missed with the rifle. Never mind. So we won't focus too much on him. Oh, I thought he wasn't sure if he just executed Malekith and missing. This is hard to tell. I don't know what kind of discipline they have in the 77Y. So you can now see fire coming in from the line. Trying to push those evil United Kingdom forces back. So. Oh, Andy Murray taking down Angry Piper already. Commander of the 95th Rifles. There is the late gentleman himself. Now the 95th Rifles taking so much fire, they've now had to back off. As Ron Burgundy also comes a cropper. As you can see, a few of these guys taking some shots. Bambi dead already. IDEX Sharp also. The fire coming in from the 77Y is proving to be very accurate today. As you can see here, Annoyance Jacob on the end of the line along with Private Mannix. And of course CHM Powder Puff. Ramsey, all being controlled by Mr. Scotty on fire, who picks up a musket off of the body of a dead comrade. And Cadet Lobsterback, which is actually a denigratory term for the redcoats. That's what they used to call them in the times, the old lobsterbacks. We're now in with Mr. Top Hat Penguin, recruit for the 1st detachment of the 34th. And now Token managing to get a nice kill onto one of the Hussars. Now here are the 34th. Light Cavalry. And, oh, here we go. The Hussars have hit the flipping Skirmishers again. Oh, this is not good. This is not good for the Skirmishers. And not good for the line. But fortunately, the Hussars have come in to work with them and try and keep everybody alive as best they can. Invitational Andy Murray is taken out. And you can see them all hiding around a tree, trying to survive as best they can. There's Malekith in. Let's watch Malekith as he's trying to defend himself from the cavalry. He's picked up a musket, so he's got that bayonet, the extra reach that is required. And now he's looking to try and defend himself against the onslaught of the English Dragoons. Or the British, I should say. Dragoons. So it looks like the Skirmishers have survived that, but severely dented in number. There's Gamer, looking to take a pot shot at the enemy. You also have Mr. Scruff, and on his left, Tex Dillon. So, now the Hussars here The light cavalry timed it perfectly, coming in to support their team when they got jumped by the dragoons. Whoops, whoever that was. Assassinated by a horse. Cadet Nate also now taken out. And here's Tommy Lee. Slayer. Scruff. Textilim. And Gamer. I think we may have lost this Amalekith. Yes, it's a possibility. Well, we just lost ourselves an Andre, so it's distinctly possible. No, we haven't lost this Amalekith. He's around here somewhere. Must be elsewhere. There he is. So, as you can see, they're engaging these guys at long range. Now, there's a good chance that what they're going to try and do is use the skirmishers to hold them up, while another line makes their way around the side and actually does an outflanking manoeuvre, which is kind of standard fare where 77Y are concerned. So, you can now see Snarfy and friends, including Banjo Lord. There you go, Natanov, Poet, Clown UK, the Merciful Bandit, Ardor, Luppers, Christenogle, Ramsey, and of course at the very end, Mr. Powderpuff. So these guys doing a good job of actually taking down some of the light infantry. Now, see, they're remaining there, keeping their attention. However, over here is a Captain Scruff. Moving in, along with Corporal Ryan and the Mighty Coconut, with Mr. Crazy Fish at the end. So, let's see what happens. As now fire comes into Riki and X2K Legends. Abercrampy also taken out. Nelly X also then gets gets a kill onto Marksman's Sword. Now the members of the 75th and the 95th Rifles backing up. But fortunately for them, reinforcements have arrived in the form of Colour Sergeant Death and his line. So, Colour Sergeant Death and his line will have to try and hold back the 77Y pain train that is now up on the far hill and engaging them. Now the drawback is these guys are actually in the open field. They do not have the benefit of this hill to protect them from some of the fire. You can see they've lost a couple of their numbers already. It's just a matter of time. But you've also then got the skirmishers over on the far right hand side here. Along with, of course, Nanny X. So, they're currently alive, Sticky Rubber, which is always a pleasant thing to see. Especially from his point of view, I think he would say so. So, there we go. The cannons are continuing to do their thing. The defenders, the gunners, protecting the artillery, Midgarder, Rastafari, Strelane, and the final member, Gerald M, are looking after the artillerymen. They're babysitting. And by no means is babysitting an easy job. I mean, you've got to change the nappies, you've got to keep them well watered, you know, and if they die on you, that people just look unfavourably on you. So babysitting is a hard gig to do, especially in this game. Especially with the special needs artillery bus that is the 77Y artillery section. And there, of course, is the head of the bus himself. And there is a currently alive Mr. Rubber. So, 28 versus 26. Here we go. In come the UK or the Austrian hussars, the light cavalry coming in along with some lancer cav as well. Oh, there we go, lovely stab there. And it's looking, yeah, it's looking pretty nasty here. So let's see who's in there as well. There's Lieutenant Gamer trying to deal with multiple English people who are trying to kill him, and unfortunately for him, succeeding. So now Cadet Bob moving in with the other sections of the 75th, trying to deal with that. Oh, crikey, poor Malekith just got taken out. So Ponaralu is in there. And so the artillery just continue doing what they do. That's Trooper Sven and Digbik. Continue. More defences from Mr. Guybrush. Look at this. Fantastic defensive work being done here. See? One of these to stop the cannonballs, one of these to stand behind. A nice defensive fort, the standard horseshoe fort. And then more defensive structures. So there's Slayer Boy. And of course, Monsieur Turtle. Ah, the finger of doom himself. And Dirty Morth. I still prefer the old face Morth, I'm sorry, I do. It looked very much more engineer-like, whereas now you just look like Az-Tier, which is never a good thing. So, god damn it, Swarm. 10 versus 13. And here is the line of 13. With Aurelian, regular man, leading the line. And with Crispy Bacon moving in behind to support. So, it's very quiet. Almost too quiet. You have to ask yourself, what's going to happen next? Who's to say? So, where are they aiming for? Oh, that's where the cannonballs will be aiming for. They must be going for the artillery of the Austrian section. So, one questions where that artillery section is. Ah, there we go. They go roundabout. You see them now, forming up behind the hill, trying to hide their location and their numbers. They will then move down across this field, over the bumps, between the trees, and then attack. But unfortunately for them, the artillery know they're coming, and have pointed their cannons in the direction of their enemy, ready to fire cannon and canister shot at the enemy as soon as they make their position known, which is only a matter of time. So we are waiting. There's Gerald M currently staring at a tree. There is Dirty Morth being helpful. There is Mass Murderer Mr. Doomfinger. Oh, I get to pick an environment type for the final round. Oh, I see. Snow and fog. There we go. Hills with snow and fog and snowfall. So, that's what it's going to be for the next map. Make it as hard as possible for them. Because then, at least then we get to hear them bitch about the map and not about the pings. Oh dear. So, now, here we go. This is the engagement between what remains of the United Kingdom forces and the Austrians. The Austrians have a few people. So, here we go, the Austrians defending themselves against the onslaught. There we go, look at this. Mass murder going on. Midgard are taken down. Flying Englishman goes in, but then gets stabbed by sticky rubber. Who's this? Aurelian trying to defend himself. Oh, Crispy Bacon gets bludgeoned to death by Doomfinger. Oh, stab into Guybrush. Another stab by Aurelian. He's doing really well today. Look at that. And finally taken down by Mr. Rubber. And we move... and a team kill. And we move on to the next map, boys and girls. And hopefully if we can get this set up... Oh, it's going to be so funny. And they're going to bitch so hard. It's going to be fun. We'll be right back. Okay, well, as they decided to do just one round only, Mal very kindly said choose the environment. So, this is the environment I chose. Hilly, with fog and snow. And this could be possibly the longest round ever that we are going to see. Chadman's troll map. Feel free to spam his YouTube channel with your abuse on Tuesday. Oh, I'm sure they will. Serves you all right, you bastards. Anyway, and we're doing a live on Reset. This is going to be extremely funny. And so painful. Oh dear. And now we're live. And we are now looking at the UK forces. Oh dear. Why would I do this? Because these guys need a challenge. They're so used to playing on the flat maps, etc, etc. Oh dear. Look at this. The poor horse is going to have trouble. But, you know, these things these things happen. Oh dear. Oh goodness me. So, if we can find the troops, which we can, here's Strelane. Now, interesting, these guys are going to have in the white. Now, yeah, this see, the thing is, 90% of the time when you see these guys choosing maps, they never choose a map like this, because it's difficult to see each other. But it also means that there is possibility for better ambushes and things of that nature. But also it means that the cavalry has less freedom. They've got to be a lot more careful about picking and choosing their battles where they go for the fights. The infantry will have the advantages to a certain degree because they can get up high on the hills. They can see the people coming. Look at this. See, look, the cavalry already seen. You've got these guys now moving. It also means that the cavalry, when they move down from the hills, they've got to be very careful because they could take a sudden fall and die as a result. So now you can see here, Invitational Rolly with a kill onto Killer Boss 89. Fantastic. And look at this line. This line of 77Y. All up the hill. Grenadier October. Oh, this is glorious. Absolutely glorious. Marksman Slayer. Now, another thing that people may not consider, you put yourself in this kind of map because the background is quite bright. It means you stand up on the top of a hill and people can see you quite easily. Now, as you can see... Oh, here's English artillery. They're being attacked. They're being attacked by the enemy very quickly, as you can see. And you can see now, unfortunately, they decided to move up quite aggressively against the Austrians. Oh my goodness, look at this. It's a massive, massive defensive structure that is the English artillery section. Frederick, look at that. Isn't that glorious? Oh, so much fire going on. Oh, this is better than I hoped it would be. This is so great. And they're all going to absolutely hate me now. The fun round will probably be let's all stab Chadman as partisans, which will probably be true. So, oh, there we go. Griff being taken down. And that's the thing, you see. You jump down out of the way on one of these hills and you're in trouble because you lose your horse. So you can see now, Malekith taken down by Powder Puff, and here is the 75th. See, this is what I love about this community. They are so good at adapting. Adapting to the situation. Look at them using the edges of the hills. Using the top of the hills, putting up the top of the hills, the defences, and the artillery section. As you can see, this is fantastic stuff. More fire coming in. There we go. Tolkien and friends taking out other members of the 75th up high on that hill. Now, that's another thing they've got to be very careful about, because if they have to get up onto one of those hills, they've got to approach it from the right direction. Because otherwise they are going to have such a disadvantage in climbing up a very, very steep hill, and these guys will be able to take advantage of it. So here are the lights spread out. Cadet Kajir. This map is racist, it's too white. Yeah, and Major Artemis says, great map, but too flat. Yeah, I quite agree. So, yeah, it's all Chad's fault. Excellent, glad to hear it. Wonderful. So, these guys need to adapt. Adapt, damn it. Adapt and overcome or die. So... So, Artemis raging. Oh dear. Learn to adapt. The blood of his regiment stains this snow. Oh, he's declared a vendetta. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, look at this. Marksman Slayer taken down by Colonel Super. So let's have a look at the numbers. 48 versus 45. Numbers are still pretty even. See, this is the problem they have when they come up the hill. Oh dear. Oh dear. Colonel Super moving in. Meeting up with his line troops. And you can see now, these guys doing a great job of defending themselves. Oh, look out, Gaz. Look out. Gaz is about to run into a whole load of trouble. Yeah, the trouble is with these guys, they're biased against snow. They don't like the snow. Oh, here we go. And getting out, or getting off his horse, so to speak, as opposed to getting out of his car. Oh, a nice kill by Gaz. Into Getsucher. And now Gaz is in there, but he's running into obstacles. And he doesn't have the maneuverability that his horse would normally on the side of the hill. And he is taken out. A merciful bandit doing the merciful thing and taking out Powder Puff. So you can see Tova. This is it. See, this is interesting. This is interesting. See. Oh, look at that. See, these guys have to be a little bit more careful for that reason. They don't have the ability to ride past at speed. They've got to pick and choose when they do their attack. And there's Banjo Lord finishing off the Great Tit. Oh my goodness. This is the best fort I've seen made in this game so far. See, they've even managed to park a horse on the spikes. So now, let's see, who is their engineer? Who is the fort maker? It's Guybrush. So Guybrush is in doing a fantastic hill fort. Worthy of the Vikings, I would say. And you've got Smiddy the Baker and Siri now being taken out. Look at it. Oh my goodness. What is this? What the hell is this? Raig the Defiler. Hammer Stout. Smoke Trail. Jarwasus. And Private Trick. They are in an Austrian hill fort. So you can see here. Oh, an engineer cheesing it. Punishment. Getting away. Colonel Super chasing him down. Deciding to stop and reload. 28 versus 23. Still all to play for. Oh, Charlie the Turtle. Taking down Sven, Fluffles and Encrypt. All hail the musicians. Colonel Super finally taken out. And now they're having a conversation. Nice spot of exercise. See? Through the hills of Russia. This is what it should be. This is what it would be like in real life. Marching through the hills of Russia and thing. Ugh. Okay. This is going to be interesting here. Section of the United Kingdom's forces attacking one of the Austrian hill forts. Oh. Merkwaster taken out. Oh, Private Trick very close to falling down the side of the cliff. Cadet Andy taken out. 95th Rifles taking a little bit of fire. Random horse escaping. And here you can hear the 75th defending against... You see, lost a few of the number. Defending against the likes of Roberto and Scott Shroom. And Aurelian finally being taken down. Look at that. In comes Punishment and the Skirmishers to finish off what remains of the English forces. You can see them now moving in as these guys, see, they've got their movement restricted. Where they can go, they can only take certain routes. They've got to plan it out properly. And unfortunately they haven't. As you can see, Smoke Trail in there. It's going to make melee up and down a hill rather entertaining. So, see, this is it. When you're above, on the top of the hill, you have the advantage. When you're lower, you have the disadvantage. It makes melee very interesting indeed. And they're all going to hate me forever and ever. But, you know, hey-ho. It's got to be done. You've got to have your fun with these people every now and then. Otherwise life just gets boring. Oh, a nice team kill. Into 77 white. Light bid big. Poor old Biddy. he got taken down. And there's a good games for everyone, as 2 members of the English remain alive. Correction, 1. So, where is that one person? Private Corporal Pollock. Oh, weigh the balls over there. Uh-oh. There we go. He has been slain. And the explosive box is away. Oh, and it redid it. So there you go, boys and girls. That has been the line battle for this week. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you again next week for more. Take care.